Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. It is Sunday. It's episode 22. I am the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the one man, no Twitter fan, Kenny Killer. And you know, I'm always kicking it with the hashtag tech guy, my man, the Galdem Sugar, Sugs.
Yo, yo, yo.
What's happening, my friend?
Nothing, man. Feeling good. Ready to chat some wrestling.
As always. Unfortunately, again this week, we don't know where E2J is. We need to put something out, put his face on some milk cartons or something. Just find out where this dude is, because we do not know. The last time we spoke to him was 5 a.m. this morning. He sent us a message, and now we don't know where he is. So, people, please help find E2J. Where he at? Anyway, as always, we got to go on with the show. So, Twitter followers, please just, message us. Just let us know how we're doing. We need the info. We need the feedback. We need to know how much of you are actually listening to our show. So, just follow us on Twitter. That's at Sunday Segue. Segue spelled S-E-G-U-E. Follow our blog. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, listen to all our old episodes on YouTube and on Podomatic, and download that Double Twist player. So, we've had an eventful week. We've had SummerSlam and we've had Raw. So we're just going to get straight into the SummerSlam discussion. So, Shugs, man, how do you think SummerSlam went? Like, we'll go through each match after, but how do you think the event was as a whole?
I think it was like a slow build to like the two main events.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are the standout matches, and those are like really good matches. The two main events. So obviously, like when the Miz announced the two main events, that meant that the World Championship, the World Heavyweight title, just don't mean shit. If we didn't already know that, now we definitely know, because it was a double main event, and that was the WWE and Lesnar CM Punk. So the World Heavyweight title means absolutely jack shit.
Means nothing in the world of wrestling, which is a shame, because it's the big gold belt, and it used to mean something. It used to mean one of the best things, actually, when Triple H had it, but lo and behold, that's what happens, innit, as time goes on. SummerSlam as a whole, I rated it. I really, really enjoyed it, and I thought it turned out better than it would. So let's just run through, the matches, like the pre-show, the kickoff, which was Rob Van Dam versus Dean Ambrose. I mean, these guys, they wrestled okay. I thought they had a decent match.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match. You were always waiting for like the clusterfuck. You were always waiting for Shield, because when one of them in a match, or when the tag team are wrestling, you're always waiting for the other member to come and either do the save or help them to get the win. So, but I thought they actually this time spent a good amount of time wrestling. On the past like kickoff shows or the past like pre-shows, you've gone like 50 minutes into the show, and then they start the actual advertised match, and that there's only like about 8 minutes worth of wrestling you're gonna get.
Yeah.
But this time they actually put on a good match. Two good workers, Ambrose, and I thought that obviously RVD had a good match with him, because sometimes Ambrose style doesn't always work well, or it didn't work well with Kane when he was in those matches. But he had good matches with Kofi, so I think he looks good against somebody who's like a high flyer, because he's got a sort of like unusual type of style.
Yeah. I mean, the match went 14 minutes, and that's a nice, decent amount of time for the kickoff, because the kickoff was for an hour this time, wasn't it? It's usually half an hour, isn't it? So, like you said, they gave them a decent amount of time. Did the whole Big Show, Mark Henry kind of thing baffle you a bit, because it kind of made it look like they were going to be on the main show, but they weren't. It turned out they wasn't. Do you see something happening in the future?
Well, they definitely said that they're going to actually go for the tag team titles, and they're going to go for Rollins and Reigns. And like there was a little bit on Smackdown as well with those two going at each other. But I thought, and we spoke about it last week on the show, that the match might actually be added to the SummerSlam card. So I suppose I was a bit surprised when it wasn't in the end.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, let's go on to the actual card, like the actual SummerSlam pay-per-view. You know, we started with Bray Wyatt versus Kane. Was that the wrong match to start with?
I think probably like the technicalities of the match meant they had to go on first because they needed the setup time at the end of the kickoff and then, you know, the time at the beginning of the show. I just think that it was just the wrong type of match. I think they could have had any other type of match. And I think they tried the gimmick match and they tried the Ring of Fire match, but I don't think it really worked. I think it took away from the match, if anything.
I mean, would it have been better if you put a steel cage in there instead?
Yeah, maybe a steel cage, maybe like a casket match, any type of match that you associate with like Undertaker and Kane would have been better. And this one didn't really work. It didn't really have like the impact that they wanted, I think.
Just dashing a Punjabi prison match and we're good.
Well, yeah.
But they were awkward in the ring together, weren't they?
Yeah. Kane's not the easiest guy to work with, although everyone knows he's a good worker. His style isn't always the best for other people, you know? He has good matches with some people, but other matches and other people, it doesn't always look like a great match. And I don't think that, obviously, Bray's like a big guy, and I just don't think that it looked good with those two in there.
Yeah, man. Okay, well, we're going to Cody Rhodes versus Damien Sandow. Your man Sandow, obviously the Money in the Bank holder. What did you think of this match? I mean, we saw a muscle buster, man.
Because one of the best spots I thought from Money in the Bank was when he did a muscle buster on Cesaro onto the ladder.
Yeah.
And you know, just when you've got someone up on your shoulders and they're all folded up like that, it's just a good visual. And I thought that was a good spot in the match.
And you know the finish with the disaster kick and then the pin. I mean, did you like their chemistry in this match? Did it work?
Yeah, I think it works, but obviously he's been like insulting his family and they've had, you know, the back and forth with the briefcase and stuff. But then I think it still needs a bit more to the match. Like, why is Cody doing it? He's got his payback, so why is he still carrying on? Especially if Cody's supposed to be a face.
Yeah, and he said it's nothing to do with the briefcase, which he's already stated.
Yeah.
So yeah, the questioning, the reasoning behind it is just a bit lackluster. But yeah, I mean, I did enjoy the match for what it was. It only went 6 minutes 40, so for what it was a good match. Let's go on to Del Rio versus Christian for the World Heavyweight Championship. This match surprised me so much. I didn't think we were going to get this kind of match. But, I mean, you talk me through your thoughts on it, man.
Well, I just think it was a good match. I think if we look back, everyone complained about these two getting the same match on free TV like 3 weeks before or 2 weeks before the actual pay-per-view. But then I just think that they're two good, really, really good workers, two experienced pros, and this is the type of match they should have. You know, if you want two workers of their caliber in a match in a ring together, this is what you should be producing. You know, this is what other people should be looking at, especially like experienced wrestlers. Putting on, you have your time. They say they're going to give you 12 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever, and you give people a show, like, and that's what they did.
I mean, the counters and everything. There was times where you thought, Christian's going to take it down, and then you just thought, wow. You know, this match is actually really good. The chemistry, the storytelling, the ring psychology, as E2J and Jace likes to say all the time, you know, it was done really, really nice. And Del Rio, you know, the guy, he had black eyes. This guy has been beaten like a pinata.
They said that, you know, there's conflicting reports, but it was something that him and Drew McIntyre were in a bar fight. So whether they were fighting each other or whether they were fighting other people, we don't know. But, you know, they had a good fight anyway, you know?
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. Del Rio went into the Irish bar, started talking smack. Irish don't like it. He got dealt with, simple as. Send him on his way. He got dealt with and sent on the way. Like, you can't be going up in the Irish bar and starting talking smack to the Irishman there. They'll deal with you, fam. Like, you think Mexicans are bad? Yo, you was on your own. You're in a bar full of Irishmen. Don't ramp. Guinness in hand and all. Don't mess about. Alright, well, we're going to number 4, match 4, which was Natalya versus Brie Bella. We'll just say what it was. It was a quick 4-minute match. Natalia took it down. Did that surprise you at all?
Not really. I think they're trying to build her, and this is my only beef with Total Divas. I suppose that they have to work it into the storyline and the show, just to link on with the Total Divas, but I don't like it going into the wrestling. I don't like the storylines in the wrestling being linked with the Total Divas.
Yeah,
I think the Total Divas should be an extra to what goes on in the ring, not the other way round.
I hear that. Okay, well, that's all we're going to say about that, because it's about the Divas and the match wasn't all that. So I'm not going to waste my breath. Right. Match 5. Let's get to the proper, the proper matches now. Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk. No DQ match, which was stated on the kickoff. Shugs, man, this match, I didn't think I would see it like this. I didn't think it would go like this. Probably because I thought of the size difference and stuff. I just didn't think it would be that believable. But man, these guys went for 25 minutes? These guys went for 25 minutes knocking shit out of each other.
Yeah, it's like, I've got no qualms. If you said Punk's gonna have a 25-minute match, you'd just be like, yeah, standard, because Punk could do that in his sleep. Probably he could probably do an Iron Man match if they would let him, But with Lesnar, you worry about his cardio and you worry about him. But he had his little spots where he had his breathers and stuff like that. But they went at it, They weren't holding back at all, which is the way you've got to do it,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was some. Obviously, we keep seeing this belly to belly superplex over the head. It's just a wicked visual to see. Brock Lesnar just dashing one small dude super far. I mean, obviously Brock Lesnar had to win. It was the right result, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But the thing is with this is after this win for Lesnar, and then he's not going to be on TV. It's just, where does that leave Punk? That's the only problem. Yeah,
true. I mean, we're in some kind of uncertainty right now in terms of, people being injured and stuff, but we'll get to that a bit later. But, I mean, the match in itself was really good. It told a really, really good story. I cannot knock it on that, man. It was told a really, really good story. At one point, I thought it was going to finish, and then it just kept going for another 15 minutes. I was like, yo, they are going in on this match. So, F5s, we saw Kimuras, we saw Anaconda Vices, we saw Go to Sleeps, we saw Anaconda Vice on Heyman. It was just, we saw chairs. Yeah. Oh gosh,
yeah,
I
thought Heyman, was obviously quality again, just as being in there. He did a save for Punk, broke the count and stuff. And I just think that Heyman always adds to a match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time he's always adding to the match just by him being there.
Okay, right. Well, next one we'll just talk about quickly. ZIggler and Caitlyn defeated Big E and AJ. A mixed tag match. I think it took away from the ZIggler and Big E feud, because obviously when the woman tags in, it just stops whatever's happening between the dudes. So it would have made it interesting if the dudes were allowed to fight the guys and Big E just kind of ran over Caitlyn, but
yeah, or someone done a Hurricane Rana on someone else.
Yeah, or AJ did a Shining Wizard on, ZIggler, or Caitlyn even speared Big E. That would be, I'll be like, oh, scene sick. But it was a 5-minute match, and ZIggler and Caitlyn won. And did you see Caitlyn trying to do the ZIggler whine?
Oh, mate, it was horrible. It was horrible. She's too hench. She's too hench. Mad if she started twerking or something, fair enough. But she was just
she got no hips.
No, she just looked horrible doing that.
We'll just leave it at that. Just people think of the visual. That's it. Okay, so we'll go to the main event. Bryan, my man Daniel Bryan versus John Cena. Now, there's so much to talk about with this. First, let's talk about the match in itself. Shugs, how sick was this match?
We always hate on Mr. Cena, but you've got to give him props because his elbow was mash up.
His elbow was effed.
It was horrible. So for him to wrestle this match with his elbow in that state, you know, you've just got to give him props first of all. But
especially with Daniel Bryan.
yeah, because like this little guy don't hold back at all. Like, you know, he goes in, and I just think it was just like a quality match. When I've listened to some other podcasts, they were saying about like they wrestled a Japanese style because they were doing the hard hits and the way they were doing in the spots. But, you know, they just didn't hold back. They just went for it 100%.
Yeah, and to be honest, I have to give Cena props because he let Bryan fuck him up. He let Bryan go in on him, and he laid down and made him pin him as well. So
because he had that big egg on his eye, and that was early on in the match. And then he was taking some horrible kicks. You know,
Daniel Bryan was taking shit. Daniel Bryan took a horrible powerbomb by Cena, and that leg drop off the top.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What about the running powerbomb from Lesnar to Punk?
Oh my god, yeah, that was sick. The way he picked him up as well. The way he picked him up, like, oh yeah, I rate that. But with Bryan, the ending was such a Japanese style ending, like.
The flying knee.
Oh, the flying knee. Like, what was it? It was an AA. It was an AA. And then, wasn't it like he came out of it, he reversed it, kicked him in his head again, then went into the corner, and the flying knee. Like, I haven't seen Bryan do a flying knee like that in ages. Not like that. Like, and it was just a knockout, and it hit him clean in his face. Like,
it's like how do you work the flying knee, like, you know? How much trust you have to have in someone to do the flying knee, and like, how do you even work the spot? So like, I'm gonna do a flying knee. So like, what does Cena do?
Come back a bit, you know, start dropping before, but he took it, man. I don't care. He took it, and I rate him for that. Okay, let's talk about the aftermath now, okay? Because as we were talking about, you know, before the day after, right? We was watching it, and there was 3 minutes left. Okay, there was 3 minutes left of the pay-per-view, and I'm thinking it's done. Was you marking out? Because I was marking out. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought tears was gonna come.
Yeah, like, just like loving the streamers were coming down and everything was coming down, and you're just like, yeah.
Just let him have his moment. I had goosebumps, and then when Orton come down, I thought, okay, he's not gonna come in. All right, now Shugs, tell me, at any point did you see a pedigree come in?
No, not at all. I just thought the match was over. I just thought the match was done, and you know, we'd be on to Monday night and see what happens. Maybe he'd have like a 24-hour title reign or something like that, but I didn't see it come in at all.
I'm not gonna lie, I was vexed. I was angry. I was at work and I was just angry. People were trying to talk to me. I was like, yo, don't talk to me. I was actually angry. But you know, this is how things play out, and I mean,
but that's how you're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
As happy as you were, then you were supposed to be that angry, you know. So what they were doing worked.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're supposed to be. You were supposed to be like really pissed off.
And I was, and it brought it onto Raw. We all were thinking, what's going to happen next night on Raw? And that's what we're going to go into now, people. So we just had a little Summerslam discussion. If you guys have your own views on SummerSlam, please tweet them to us. Email us, the SundaySegue@gmail.com. We'd love to know your thoughts or leave comments on the show. Guys, please leave comments on the show. Whoever views it, please just leave comments. We'd love to know what your thoughts on the show were and stuff, you know, because your opinions are definitely warranted. So let's go into Raw, to segment 1. Coming off SummerSlam, it was Cena, Bryan, and Steph McMahon. Shugs, Cena's reception by the fans. Let's just talk about that, because this guy comes out, okay, he got half and half, boos and cheers, whatever. Then he was being real. He came out and he just said, look, Daniel Bryan beat me clean. He mentioned the word clean, which was deep. And that was a good thing for Daniel Bryan. Also, he said he was going away for a bit, and the fans, you know, they were cheering. They were cheering. Now, let's just put this into perspective, okay? Cena's gone for 6 months or whatever, right? Now the fans are booing him. Are the fans really happy that he's gone? Because does this mean that someone else is going to get more attention?
Well, I don't think that they thought about it like in that much depth. The fans who were actually there. I just think that this is the reaction the Cena gets. You know, he said I'm going away, and the fans cheer it because let's go Cena. Cena sucks. So those people who shout Cena sucks when he says I'm going away, they're gonna cheer. That's just the way it is.
Do you think it's good for Cena and good for the company for Cena to have a break sometimes?
Well,
because
yeah.
it gives other people the the rub.
The thing about giving other people the rub is like a side pat, but it's just like Cena's been working his ass off for how long? When's the last time he missed anything? He thought he was gonna go away after Extreme Rules, but he didn't. He wasn't injured as bad as he thought he was. But then, when was the last time he got injured before that? When was the last time he missed any TV before that? It's got to be a long time. It's probably when he came back in the Royal Rumble. And when was that? What year was that?
That was 2008.
2008. So since 2008, he's been working solid. Working solid, doing, Raw every single week, every pay-per-view, main event, everything, because he doesn't ever turn up on SmackDown. And then, like, house shows, going on all the trips abroad. So maybe it's good for him. Maybe what he needs is just, like, total rest.
Yeah, a complete rest for a good amount of time. And I think this time, they're saying he'd probably be out till SummerSlam, till Royal Rumble, which is good because he needs, and we need a break. Like, just let Daniel Bryan's on top now. Just let him be on top for a nice amount of time. Let him get to that main event standard, and then we'll see what happens from there. But speaking of Daniel Bryan, did how did you think he interacted with Steph?
I thought that's the best she's looked on TV for a while. Because she was just being herself. She was just being a bitch. And I thought that was really good. And I thought it was a good angle. I thought although the Miz TV with Cena was good last week, I thought that this was even better. I thought he looked really good, and what he was saying, he wasn't like screaming and shouting at her. He was just like telling her how it was, giving her the good lines.
Straight.
And I thought it was really good.
You don't want to be B+.
No.
I mean, who wants to be B+?
And he was saying, you're starting to act like a real B right now. So I was just like, yo, that's good. That was a good line.
Yeah, and it was good to the point where he wasn't like shouting when he said it. He was just kind of like being funny. Like, but that's what I like about Daniel Bryan, because when he wants to be funny, he doesn't need to shout. But then when he shouts, it's like, oh shit, he's serious now. Like, you know what I mean? But speaking of that, let's just say right now we're in a PG era. So right now PG era means Daniel Bryan smacking the microphone out of Steph's hand. Attitude era means Daniel Bryan is putting this girl in a label lock. That's what he's doing. How much would you have marked out if you seen that?
If only primetime TV allowed us to beat women up.
just to remember, people, it's a work. It's a work, people.
Exactly. So I suppose it's a good thing, really, because you can't really have like men, like beating up women on TV. It's not really a good look. Yeah,
but yet they still allow the women to slap up men on the TV.
Standard.
Yeah.
Just like Kirsty on EastEnders.
with them dud sound effects. All right, let's go to segment 2, which was Cody Rhodes versus Sandow 2. So we got a rematch from SummerSlam. What did you think of this match compared to the SummerSlam match?
I suppose like the main thing is I wasn't as invested in it. I'd already seen Cody.
You still there? Yeah, hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah, say what you were saying again, because it just said there was a problem with the call. I'll just start that bit again, all right?
What did I say?
I don't know. It was talking about Cody Rhodes, but I'll just start again.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So segment 2 was Cody Rhodes versus Sandow 2. So Shugs, what did you think of this match compared to the SummerSlam match?
Yeah, I just think that I was just less interested in seeing it. I'd already seen it 24 hours before. I'd already seen Cody go over, get a clean win, with no shenanigans. So I wasn't really that invested. I thought there was some good spots in the match, especially when he did like the gold dust slide and slap to the face.
Yeah.
He got a big cheer from the crowd, and like the twisting roll up into the pin or whatever. I don't know the name of the move. I thought it was a good finish, but I don't want to see these two fighting no more. I want to see Sandow go off and do his briefcase thing, and Rhodes maybe, get into the heavyweight title picture. If they're feuding for the belt, then I think it would be good. I'd be more interested. But
in that, yeah. So you wouldn't want to see Cody versus Sandow free in the suitcase dangling from the thing in the ladder match?
Yeah, it might be good, but I think it'd be better to see him actually doing it for the belt.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair enough. So with Cody now winning 2 key matches, like, what do you reckon is going to happen from here on? What can happen?
This is what I mean. Unless like they go deeper into the feud and they start, bringing, whether he starts bringing in like Dusty or whether he starts bringing in like Goldust, I don't know what else they can happen, or whether Sandow like might attack one of those two. He could go to NXT and like hit Dusty or do anything like that. So maybe if they go like that, if they go extra, then that's it.
That would step it up. Yeah, I like that. That is actually WWE creative. You listening? Shug said it first.
Yeah,
make Sandow go and deal with the carnies.
Obviously, Cody's got the upper hand, so then obviously Sandow needs to do something to get back at Cody because he hasn't beat him and he's lost clean to him twice.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go on to segment 3 quickly, which is the Funkadactyls versus Layla and AJ. Now, Shugs, was there another ref botching this match? Because it looked like at the ending was a bit botched.
Well, he's not having a good time, is he, Black Ref?
Nah.
At the moment. But I think it was just over-eagerness this time. I don't think it was botched as much. But then, by Layla's reaction at the end, you couldn't really tell.
Yeah.
Because she's such a terrible actress. you couldn't really tell whether it was a botch or whether, that's what she was supposed to be doing.
Oh, my God. Have you watched Total Divas yet?
No, not from this week.
No, I mean, have you watched any of them yet?
Yeah, I've seen still only as much as I've seen last week. So I didn't see this week where they went, like, underwear shopping or wherever they went.
Okay, yeah. You need to see, well, today's one, apparently, Naomi and Cameron have a scrap, blood.
At the bowling or something?
Or something. So I need to see the scrap. That's what I want to see. The scrap. I want to see what's going down. Who's scrapping? Yeah, so they met a scrap, but yeah, I mean it's gonna heat up. Hopefully, they've got another season, which is probably as we've seen on Raw. This match was probably taped for it. So that was Funkadactyls and Layla and AJ, which the Funkadactyls won, which is obvious because of the diva, the diva stuff. Right, so let's go on to segment 4, ZIggler versus The Shield. Now, this all came about because apparently ZIggler was talking shit, right? ZIggler was talking shit about Triple H, and when you talk shit about Triple H, it means you're in a 3-on-1 handicap match. So that's what happened, and ZIggler got dealt with. ZIggler got dealt with horribly, but I mean, Shubs, what do you reckon the reasoning was for behind this match? Apart from, obviously Triple H, him talking shit about Triple H. Where are they going with this? Why did they put him in this match? Who does it benefit?
It benefits ZIggler because there ain't enough faces. If you look around, there's not enough faces, so they needed to like confirm or reconfirm who the faces are. They need to just like, in case you forgot, ZIggler's a face. In case you forgot, Big Show's a face now since he's come back. They didn't need to do it with Mark Henry because I think he is like more over at the moment.
Yeah.
So that's why all three of them didn't have a match, I think. But I think it was just like reconfirming, making sure the crowd remembers, because ZIggler's been in this feud with, Big E and AJ, and he may have gone out of people's minds or out of people's memories because that might have been when they'd taken a piss break.
Yeah.
So I just think it was to do that, really.
I did like the match. The match, even though it's a 3-on-1, I did like the match. I did like the interactions with ZIggler, with every single one of them. Especially Rollins, man. ZIggler gave Rollins a suplex over the top rope.
Yeah, I thought it was really, really good. I thought that he, I thought it made him look strong. I thought it, showed his like good fucking selling ability. I thought it was a really good spot, like,
Yeah, speaking of selling ability, what about the finish, man? What do you think of the finish? Like, jeez.
It just looked horrible.
Spear from the corner. Like,
I think that Reigns actually delivers the spear well. Like, he's coming and he really looks like it's taking people out when he does the spear. It's not like a Christian spear, It looks like really strong. Like you would get effed up if you ever got speared by him.
Definitely. Okay, well, let's go into segment 5, which was which was kind of a segment, but it wasn't really because it only lasted a couple minutes. But it was Del Rio versus Sin Cara. Now, the match was called off. Sin Cara, I swear down, is the most injury-prone and unlucky dude there is out there. Because Sin Cara, right, gets in the ring, okay, and he gets into it with Del Rio, right? Del Rio's outside the ring, and he does a flying senton through the ropes and he hits Del Rio, and I don't know how it happened, but he connected with his hands, and while he was on the floor, he called the ref to come over because his fingers looked fucked up. His fingers looked bent to shit. Like, literally, they were dislocated in so many different ways. It was unbelievable. So, what's your view on Sin Cara, man? Because this guy apparently has got some legit heat backstage because, because of this injury stuff and because he's just been a bit of a flop.
I think, obviously, if you bring someone in and they get an elevated spot, and there's people are just gonna, hate on him anyway. But then when you keep getting injured and then you keep getting pushed, then obviously there's gonna be a lot of resentment backstage. So, I just think he needs just like a run of no injuries, but that seems difficult for him at the moment because every time he gets in the ring, he seems to like do something wrong.
It just seems like there's no one to wrestle with him. Like he needs people to be able to wrestle with him. Like, it's just not working. It's just not working. I think him and Sami Zayn would have a sick match, but that's Sami Zayn. He's not ready yet. Well, I think he's ready, but he's, they're doing some more work with him. But, regardless what happened, Ricardo Rodriguez come out, and it looks like Ricardo Rodriguez is being paired with RVD. Now, is that odd to you?
Yeah. It's really odd. Because,
where's that going?
Well, I'm glad that Ricardo's like they haven't just completely ditched him.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think it's just more like they just, these two can go together, and that's it. There's not really much thought behind it. They've just chucked them in together, and that's it.
Like, what I wanted to see from this match, was Sin Cara win, obviously if he was okay, but to win because, or even like, I don't know, Sin Cara gets disqualified because Ricardo's come in the tuxedo and does like a high flying drop kick off the top rope onto Del Rio. I would have loved just to see that. The camera zooming in on Del Rio and Sin Cara, and then they zoom out, and then Ricardo's there in his suit. But I mean, obviously Del Rio RVD, is this the right way to go?
Yeah, I think Del Rio RVD is a good way to go. What Ricardo's doing there is another thing. Whether I don't think that's any good, but I suppose they're just getting him on TV, and they.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that the thing with Christian is done. We've had enough of that now, so it'll be good. But I think we're looking at probably a triple threat match.
Okay.
Because obviously Christian was still involved. He gave hit Del Rio from behind, and then RVD came in. So I think a triple threat match maybe for the next time.
Okay, that sounds ominous. All right, well, let's go into segment 6, which was the Real Americans versus the PTP, Primetime Players. They're back to winning ways. And it looks like they're babyface as well, isn't it, Shugs?
Well, yeah, because they beat the Real Americans, that means they're babyfaces. Two heels faced off. Whoever wins is a babyface.
Primetime Players got a good reaction. So do you reckon the win and the babyface turn and the reaction was due to obviously Darren Young coming out and saying he's gay?
Well, it must be. Because if this had happened before that came out, do you think anyone would have cared about the Primetime Players, or do you think anyone would have cared about Darren Young?
No, because when he got the hot tag and he was doing his shit, the crowd was like, they were cheering him, like, you know, they were cheering him, which proves that people do read shit, you know, they do read the dirt sheets and stuff. But I mean, will we see a PTP push now?
Well, yeah, hopefully. We've been waiting for a PTP push for a long time.
Yeah, we've been waiting for Pancake. Where is he? Still, we don't even know that ship has sailed.
Pancake ain't coming back, you know. As much as we wish for it, he ain't coming back.
But yeah, I mean PTP, man. I'm glad now because I do like them. I've always liked them, and I like Darren Young's finisher. I really like his finisher, and I like O'Neill's move when he grabs their, like, he has them in, like, he holds them up and he throws them down and still holding their arm, like, kind of thing. I like that. But yeah, PTP push, we want that. Now I'm just gonna mention Cesaro quickly because I don't know if you have watched the match I told people about weeks ago. Cesaro on NXT versus Sami Zayn in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Have you managed to watch it, Shugs?
No, I still haven't seen it.
Oh my, well, it was this week's NXT, and geez, this match was so sick, Shugs. It was definitely one of the matches of the year. It was so good. Like, oh my god, Sami Zayn, this guy, right, did a running jump through the turnbuckle. Like,
yeah, I've seen like a gif of it. I don't know where I've seen it. I saw it, and he just like dives through the ropes from one corner to the other, and then turn in like a swinging neck breaker or something, or a DDT.
He jumps and holds on into a swinging DDT. I was like, are you serious? And then the finish for Cesaro took it down to 2 falls to 1, but the way he took it down, man, it was just like, it was so sick the way the guy took it down. Basically, Sami Zayn was going for a tornado DDT. Cesaro stopped it, held him, lifted him up by his legs, spun him round, and he was literally deadlifting him with his hands up in the air. He threw him up in the air and gave him the uppercut straight into the neutralizer. It was so sick. The crowd were going mental, shouting, "We are the people," everything. So, this guy, every time I see these matches, I just get upset because I'm thinking this guy needs to be somewhere now. It's just annoying me because he's putting on like 5-star matches after 5-star matches after 5-star matches, and he is getting him recognition, but it is going nowhere. And I hope his time on the sidelines, doing whatever he's doing as he is now, is soon coming to an end, because this guy is a superstar, and I don't care what anyone says. Cesaro, he could be a sick heel champion. But anyway, let's see what happens. Okay, segment 7. Ryback backstage. Which
Mate, wait. What about the Foot Locker? You keep missing the best bits.
No, it's not the best bits because it's shit.
No, it was amazing because it was shit. But then what about when Fandango comes in and he's like, "Look at all these sneakers." It was just so sick.
It was
because
dead,
the
man.
guy is so creepy and fucked up, and then he just walks off with one shoe, not even a sneaker, just walks off.
He didn't know. Right, let's correct that. He doesn't walk off. He creeps off.
Mate, it's so good, and he's just like, "Look at all these sneakers." He's so amazing.
You're saying it's so bad, it's so good.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the only thing to save the segment, because who was there? The fucking Wolverine, and what's the other guy's name?
Exactly, Ryder.
Exactly. And then, Fandango saved the segment, because he's just he's money, like, he's just so good.
Okay, I must give him that. He is money, SummerSlam, he ran around dancing and then got clocked by the Miz, the bull bag. But, he did make that. But, I'm sorry, but Fandango, we love you and all, but you need to be in better shit, because right about now, I'm cutting shit out. If shit ain't good, I'm cutting it out. If it's on Shugs' notes, he can talk about it. I ain't talking about shit.
in my notes it says Fandango is fucking amazing. That's what it says.
Which is true. Which is true. Bless up Fandango, you're a G, but start doing some shit, man, because that shit was shit. Too many shits. Spoil the shit, okay? Alright, now let's go into segment 7, which was Ryback backstage, alright? Which I am now christening it hashtag shower slaps, right? Because Ryback slaps. You know what, Shugs? Just run me through this shit, please, because you always do it best, man. Just run me through.
It's just like, you were getting a bit worried, first of all, like when he throws the guy's bag in the shower, and then you got Ryback like following some guy into the shower. It was like a scene from fucking Prison Break. And Ryback, yeah, exactly. Ryback is the new teabag. Instead of making him grab his little pocket, he's making him like, you know, pick up his bag. But yeah, I just think I think this is working for Ryback. You know, it is working. You know, because he just does it so well. You know, what are you doing? Pick up your bag, and he's stood on the bag, and he's like takes off, pick it up, open your bag, turn on the shower, and the guy's like, what did he say? This is the only stuff I've got, and he just slapped him in the face.
Oh my god, the guy, he got slapped so hard. I was thinking, how do you work this slap? How do you work this slap? And then I looked at it and I was like, there's no work in this slap. There's no work in this slap.
Like a slap, you've got to just take it. Like that's how you get your respect in the locker room. You know?
You've got to take a full-on slap in the face.
Yeah.
This is no club hand. This was a full-on man slap.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think Ryback's been working out as well because he looks bigger every week.
Yeah.
You know?
I thought the man was gonna bawl. I thought he was gonna cry. Like, he probably slapped the tears out of his face because that guy was getting bust up. Like, but it's just sorry.
There was one on Smackdown as well. So like obviously Smackdown in 60 seconds. We can't go into it in full, but like some guys asking him to sign an autograph, and like he's like his name's Billy, and like Ryback like that's a stupid name, and then he's like I'm even gonna sign it, and then like he signs it, and the guy's like oh yeah which one are you, and then just Ryback just goes in like and just like rips up the fucking picture. And he's just like the guy's shitting himself. It's just great, like, you know.
Yeah, I didn't like it at first, but now he's coming into the character so well. It's just making me laugh. Like, just pick up your bag. What are you doing? Pick up your bag. Put it in the shower. What are you doing? Put it down. Open your bag. What are you doing? Get out. What are you doing? It's just like, it's just so, and you feel so bad for the guy. It looks so real.
It's like cringe. It makes you cringe, like the whole thing.
Oh my god, man. So who beats the bully, Chugs? Because that's obviously what they're going for.
Yeah, like I don't know, like whether like someone like Mysterio's going to come back and someone little or someone's going to stand up to him. But yeah, I'm not sure. Like I'm not sure who have they got planned to do it at the moment.
Because I wouldn't like would we want to see that though? Mysterio with his bust knees, like what's Mysterio gonna?
I don't know. Maybe someone's gonna come up then from NXT, and it's gonna be someone like that. Maybe like someone
Mason Ryan.
Yeah, I don't think somebody bigger because I don't think that'll be like the right image because they keep saying that like he's not be a star. You know, they keep every time they cut from it, they keep mentioning it. You know, Jerry Lawler says, he's not being a star.
So what you reckon? I can see it being Sheamus. I don't know why. I can just see it being Sheamus. Like, but he's obviously out for too long.
Yeah, that'll be the worst because he's the biggest bully ever.
The only person I could really see it being is Xavier Woods, but I don't think they're ready for him yet. Because I think they want his gimmick he wants to come in as that gimmick, the 90s gimmick, But yeah, I don't really know. But Ryback, keep doing your thing, man. I like seeing these little things. Obviously he looks like he's gonna get pushed up. He's going to get a main event push apparently, again, because apparently WWE have asked for merchandise to come up with something for Ryback, which they don't normally do unless they're giving a guy a push, and they don't really push heel merchandise, which means that he might be turning face. But I don't know. I don't know what happens with that, because I don't think that works.
No, I think it's a bit like Dario, like he's a much better heel.
Yeah. Okay, let's go on to segment 8, which was Big Show versus The Shield. Again, Big Show talking shit. He weren't denying it, because why would he? And, cuts a good promo backstage, and then here we go, here's the match. But how dominant was Big Show, though, Shugs?
Yeah, I think it was good, but, like, he was he was doing the old like divide and conquer, like he was trying to take them out one at a time rather than like taking on all three, because obviously like when they come back and there's all three of them, then they get the upper hand. But I thought like Rollins was like selling well. I thought all of them, did a good job, like really, of like selling the Big Show's offense, and then obviously they're gonna get the upper hand in the end.
Yeah, I mean, this is when I just want to quickly go back to the whole Sin Cara thing. This is in regards to Rollins. Now, Rollins bust his leg, right, in the first match. Okay, he twisted up his knee in the first match. You can visibly see it.
Yeah,
but
when he went over the ropes.
Yeah, but yet when he got superlex over the ropes. But yet he carried on, and he faced Big Show, and he was in the end segment. Now, Sin Cara, this is why he's got heat backstage, and this is why Del Rio was attacking him after, because Del Rio wasn't meant to, but he carried on, and we didn't hear it, but under his breath he said to him, "Stop being a pussy."
What,
all right,
in Spanish?
No. That's what he had said to him basically under his breath, like, "Stop being a pussy." That's what was written on the spoilers. The guy who was there said, "Oh yeah, stop being a pussy," basically, because the other guys in similar situations has carried on and done the job.
Well, they got the doctor there. The doctor could have just like popped his fingers and then just got him on a match.
But apparently he was wrestling on a house show the other day, so he wasn't obviously too bad.
Yeah, like the next day, I think.
But I have to give big props to Rollins, because Rollins, he carried on doing the job, man. So big up Rollins. So which means Show and Henry will will face the Shield for the tag titles. But will Show and Henry take it down?
Yeah, maybe. But like, where does that take us? Where does that lead? Where does it go if they win?
Yeah, for true. Yeah, because
that's the only thing. They could win, but then, surely it would be better if someone like the Primetime Players won, or the Usos won. Somebody who's going to go somewhere with the tag team belts, not just put together as like a super tag team.
I don't like that, the super tag team. I prefer. I'm a big fan of tag team wrestling from the 90s, and 80s and stuff. So I love to see actual tag teams, But we'll get more into that a bit later when we talk about the new tag team coming in. But let's go on to segment 9, which was CM Punk and Heyman. Now, again, as always, Shugs, you sell this shit so good. Punk comes out and he looks pissed. So now the floor is yours, Shugs. Just talk me through Punk going in on this fan.
I was listening to, I think it was Court Bauer and John Pollock, and they were saying about like CM Punk when he hasn't had his nap. The time when he would speak to him and the time to just leave him alone.
Yeah.
And I think that like this was one of those times where he just needed to get like left alone, and this fat guy just opened his mouth at the wrong time, because basically Punk is like untouchable in the WWE at the moment. He does what the fuck he wants,
Yeah.
And you were supposed to probably ignore stuff like this, but he was pissed off and he wasn't ignoring it, and this guy that's it. Don't hype. This is what I say to the kids in school all the time once they got punched in their face or something happens to them. Don't hype. And this guy was hyping and he got dealt with.
Yeah.
He just got publicly humiliated.
That's what happens when you talk shit. If you can't back your shit up, shut your mouth.
Exactly. But the best thing is that everyone else who came out just carried on going in on him.
Oh, yeah. Heyman, innit?
Heyman's like, yeah, I'm not like that fat guy over there. And then when they went back to the next bit, Punk was like, yeah, the fat guy. They just kept going in, He just got embarrassed for the whole segment.
And the best thing about it, Punk didn't even get in trouble.
No.
He didn't even get in trouble at all.
No. Who's going to say anything to him, really? Cena's just gone down injured. You've got, like, who else is there? Why are they going to say anything to Punk?
If anything, it made the segment better.
Yeah, because he was so pissed off.
He looked vexed, man. Like, from coming, like, he's getting cheered and stuff as he comes out, but he just looked pissed. He didn't even do, like, his clubbering time, because it was clubbering time, but in a different sense. He wanted to kick the shit out of someone, because the night before, he was wrestling for 25 minutes, getting his ass dashed around.
Yeah, like they said that they got like a standing ovation when they went backstage, like Punk and Lesnar. So like I don't know whether he was pissed off because like he had to lose, because obviously I think Punk's smart enough for business to know that the payoff is like the comeback win, you know, rather than him winning first time. So whether it was just something else, but he wasn't happy.
No, he wasn't. And I think maybe, you know, those kind of things get into your head where you think, I've been dashed around for 25 minutes for this company. Where is it taking me? I don't see no belt. I don't see me getting any closer to the belt, you know, but you just kind of just got to wait a bit, though, innit, I suppose, Punk, because, you know, you are a main eventer. You are, you know what I mean? You are there. You come out and you hear cheers. That's it. You've made it. You're there. You ain't got nothing to worry about. So just wait your turn, because your turn will come again. So Punk and Axel got into it. They got into it real hard. Did you like seeing that? And will we see this next?
Yeah, like I think it's good for Axel because obviously most of the time he just looks like shit. So like obviously I think this was better for him, and like Punk, it's good for Punk to like put him over a bit, like, do you know what I mean? Because he's letting him get some offense in. But yeah, I just thought it was good. It was just like carrying on from like the night before. It was just a fight, like, you know, they just had a scrap, you know.
Scrapping it out. All right. So segment 10, which was Bray Wyatt versus R-Truth. Shucks, how do you feel Wyatt is doing so far at the moment?
Yeah, I think that like his promos and stuff like that, it's like, I suppose that it's usually the opposite of somebody. Normally somebody comes in, they can work, but their promos are shit. But like he needs to just get his work up to scratch, like up to TV standard, you know. He's been doing it on NXT. It probably gets like edited, you know, probably gets like a lot of work done on it, and now he just needs to get it ready for, you know, Monday Night Raw standard, pay-per-view standard. Because, you know, I don't think his two matches have been the best, really.
No. So will we see more outrageous stuff from the Wyatt family? Because as we saw at the end of SummerSlam, they did the whole steel stairs work, and then they dragged Kane somewhere, we don't know where, which means obviously Kane's disappeared for a bit. They'd probably like chained him up somewhere or something. But yeah, will we see more outrageous stuff from them?
I think so. I think they need to go straight in and get like another feud straight away.
Yeah.
So who he's going to feud with? Obviously, he fought like R-Truth. I think he fought on like main event as well. So it's just like, who's he going to go in with next? They went straight off and like, you know, had a main eventer, and now he's like fighting like people like R-Truth. He needs to get someone in so they can have like a good long feud with. Obviously, obviously, Night the Champions, they don't need to worry because obviously there's going to only be like the belts, or all the belts are to be defended, so I doubt he can fight on that. But then I think he needs, you know, a good, solid match that he can work well with somebody now.
Yeah, I totally agree. All right, well, let's go on to segment 11, which was the sick promo of Los Matadores.
Oh, okay.
Now, Los Matadores, for people who don't know, these guys are actually a repackaged Primo and Epico. So, Shucks, what did you think of the promo?
I just thought it was joke. Like, it just made me laugh straight away. As soon as I seen them, I'm like, what the fuck? And then, you know, yeah, I think it'll be good, you know? A face tag team, and like the crowd seem to be into it already, and I think it's just going to be like funny to see. It's probably old school gimmick tag team, you know?
So you reckon this gimmick will work then?
I think so, yeah. I think just because it's fun, like, you know, I think people just like have fun with it.
It looks like they're giving the tags, you know, a bit of a push again, isn't it?
Yeah. I think because they got the Shield and they've got the Wyatts and stuff like that, so now they realise, you know, they need some more tag teams. They need people for them to fight, you know, on a regular.
Yeah, I mean, for people who watch NXT, I'm just waiting for the Ascension to come up. They should have come up ages ago, but fucking kind of blood clot Cameron messed it up and left. But now they got Rick Victor, who looks even freakier. And, you know, it might work, so they might be coming up soon as well. So we'll just have to watch this space for the tag teams. Segment 12, which was the Usos versus 3MB, another tag team match. It was a quick match. What did you think of the match, Rhodes?
Yeah, I just think, like, when you have 3MB, you know it's not going to be a serious match, and you know whoever's fighting them are going to win. I don't know when the last time 3MB actually won a match was, but, you know, I just think that it's not you know, the Usos have been pushing, going, trading blows with the Shield, and now they're fighting 3MB. That's why we need. That's why we need more tag teams. That's why we need more people to fight. Because 3MB ain't doing it. They're not serious enough.
No way. Did you see the sick tag?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Let's just paint a picture now. They go. The Usos are going for a finish, and I think it's Jimmy. He he jumps over the ropes and tags his brother in. It looked so sick. And then we saw Jay do a splash from the top rope. While he does the splash, he looks into the hard camera and sticks his tongue out. The visual just looks so sick. It just looks so sick. So I got to give them props for that. They're doing different things, and I do like them. Like we've said before, they listen to you, Shugs. They're bopping to the tune.
Yeah.
The tune comes out.
I think like they're just letting them. They've taken the reins off them a bit, you know, and they've just let them just carry on instead of being like proper like vanilla baby faces. They've just let them, you know, do their thing, you know, which is always the best way.
All right, now segment 13 was the bull bag, our favorite bull bag, The Miz versus Barrett. Now, Shugs, I fast forwarded this because I hate the bull bag. So can you just tell me what happened?
Figure 5 shitluck, and Fandango comes in and does the perfect 10 leg drop to the Miz. So I think the Miz won by disqualification, but he had Barrett locked up, and then Fandango came in. It would have been better if Fandango was wearing the trainers he stole from Foot Locker. Yeah. That would have been really good.
The one shoe.
but I think that that's what we're gonna have, a Miz versus Fandango feud.
The bull bag. Okay. All right. So the final segment, which was the Orton Coronation. Did you like this? Did you like this segment? Because it was, it was a lot going on. So did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought for once, like, the Triple H promo was like decent. Yeah, I just thought that it was good work. And like you said about Bryan, John Cena talking about a clean win. Triple H was talking about burying people. And he mentioned the word buried like 3 or 4 times in the promo, which was really good as well. Because obviously he's still getting the shit for burying people. And, people were still having to go at him for, he had to be the one to put pedigree Daniel Bryan so he could win. And he always wants to be in the main event. But, yeah, I thought it was good.
Are they doing the slow build for Bryan to eventually win the title then? Is that what this is all about?
I think that's got to be the payoff. If for them to take it away from him, the other day, give him his little bit, but then take it straight away. I think they've surely got to have the payoff with him winning.
Well, let me ask you this question. Shugs, what if it's not?
Well, if it's not, it's just another one of those times when we've been screwed over by the WWE, but that's what it should be.
Yeah. And then when? That's another thing, because we talked about, me, you, and E2J had a lengthy discussion, about where this goes, and when they do it, Would it be better to hold out till SummerSlam? Till WrestleMania, sorry? Would we see Bryan winning the Rumble? What would we see?
Alright, so we've got September, Night of Champions.
Yep.
October, Battleground. October, Hell in a Cell. November, Survivor Series. December, TLC. January, Royal Rumble. So it depends what they're looking at for their main events at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
If The Rock's not showing up, what are we going to have? Are we going to have the Punk Lesnar rematch? Is Lesnar going to be WWE champ?
Is Lesnar taking on Taker?
Yeah, is Lesnar going to do Taker? What's going to happen? I think there's too many things up in the air. But it needs to be Survivor Series or Royal Rumble where he gets it back,
Yeah, because right about now, they're doing the rematch right now. And it's a bit what happens? Does he get screwed over again and then they do the long check? Like what?
I think he might get screwed over at Night of Champions, and then depends what happens at Battleground. It's like the first run-in of the pay-per-view, and then maybe like a Hell in a Cell where he'll win it back. And then maybe he'll run with it through Survivor Series, TLC to the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Okay. Or even to Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's not a bad thing. Did you get a bit of a nostalgia feel with with this angle? Because when you look at it, like, okay, look at it like this, okay? We're looking at 1998, all right, and we're looking at Triple H and Steph being playing Briscoe and Patterson, yeah.
Yep.
Then we're looking at Orton playing The Rock and Daniel Bryan playing Stone Cold. Perfect.
Or Mick Foley.
Or Mick Foley. There you go. Just it was weird. It literally felt like it was Attitude Era back in the day. Like we probably would have seen a lot more of a beatdown and a bit of a craziness. But yeah, it actually felt like that. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Raw?
Nah, like I thought it was like a decent show, following on from like a good SummerSlam. So I thought it was good. The end segment was good, and it leaves it open. It leaves like a lot of different paths for them to go down, and just hopefully they'll just do it the right way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. So what's your Raw rating then?
I would give it, like Daniel Bryan, a B+.
B+. In numbers? Out of 10?
7.
7. Okay. All right, people. Well, Shugs, just before we go into SmackDown in 60 seconds, I do want to have a quick discussion with you about AJ Styles. Now, I know we don't normally talk about the total non-stop shit, but in this case, I want to talk about it because AJ Styles' contract is coming up in September, and now, WWE have always tried to get him. He said no, but now he's got a family and he's got people to be looking after, and TNA is going down the shit right now. They ain't got no peas, and they're struggling to pretty much pay his contract and give him what he wants, and he might have to leave to get what he wants. So, AJ Styles in WWE, would people like it? Would people understand it? Would he be a big hit? Sure.
Well, like usually the people who come over from like TNA or are people who have already been in WWE. So maybe that's like the only thing. How well are the WWE universe gonna know who he is? Are they gonna be, unless you're like an internet mark, are you really gonna be thinking it's not like as if it's Sting coming across, or it's not as if it's Kurt Angle coming across? It would just be like, are they gonna really buy into it?
Yeah, the only way they can buy into it really is through the promos, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like Austin Aries, if Austin Aries would come, like, does anyone in WWE, the fans, the ones who are turning up, the ones who are buying the Cena t-shirts, are they gonna know who Austin Aries is?
True. But I mean, they can get that across through the promos. But I mean, I would completely mark out if AJ Styles turned up. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, he wouldn't go there straight away to the top, but he is capable of doing. He would bypass the developmental easy. They would no way just bring him there. They might do it just to give, to bury him a bit, but there's no point. Do you know what I mean? They've already won by making him jump ship. But I've always said, out of the two people that I would love to see in WWE from TNA, that's Samoa Joe, that's AJ Styles, purely for the fact because they've never wrestled in WWE. Like, I would mark out as Sting came, but I wouldn't mark out as much because Sting's old as fuck. I still wouldn't mark out as much, Sting's best years have gone past him, and I would have loved him to come over when the invasion angle would have come. Imagine what the invasion angle would have been like then. Just imagine Sting coming from the rafters to save WCW. Oh my god, that would make it just there and then. But obviously, it didn't happen. It's a bit of an anticlimax for him to happen right now. So, but AJ Styles, we'll just have to see what happens. Because WWE, if anyone can bring him in, WWE can. Maybe this is a swerve, we don't know. But I would be surprised if I heard if we heard some kind of tune. The promos come in, he's coming at Royal Rumble, comes in at Royal Rumble, does his spot fest, and there we go. Or even after WrestleMania, but we'll see. Okay, so now it's time for SmackDown in 60 seconds, so we'll roll with it, Shugs.
Okay, so SmackDown in 60 seconds. Vicky Guerrero out, introduces Orton. He said he didn't need the Shield, man on the Shield, but he appreciates the help. Says he's the new face of the WWE. Bryan comes out, thanks Cena. Says he doesn't look like Orton, who had a genetic golden ticket, and he bigs up Orton, but then just goes in about how pretty he is, and asks everyone how pretty Orton is. he's going to have to wait until Night of Champions for a rematch. Cody versus Axel. Axel wins after a distraction by Heyman, and then Heyman cuts a promo after the match, and Axel gets on the mic and challenges CM Punk to a match on Raw. We have Big E against ZIggler. Dolph uses his quickness in the ring and reverses a big ending into a zigzag quick match where he did get punched in the face by Lee. Christian against Del Rio again. Another good match. Del Rio this time goes from an armbar on the top rope, rolls that into the armbar, and then Christian taps in. Del Rio calls people peasants and Matadores and Del Rio gets attacked from behind by Christian and then by Abby. Big Show and Henry versus 3MB, so we know that 3MB are going to lose, and then we get to see Rollins and Reigns up on the Titantron, and they say that Henry and Show have got to go. Darren Young against Cesaro. Darren Young wins. Clean over Cesaro.
Oh my god.
Ryback bullies, and he rips up an autograph because Dad doesn't know who he is. And then we have Bryan against Barrett in the steel cage. Quick match again between these two. Bryan wins with a flying knee, and then we celebrate him. And Orton either comes from underneath the rope or in the crowd, hits an RKO, and stands above him with the title. Fade to black.
Fade to black. Okay. All right. Well, now we're gonna hit the best segment of all time because you're about to get stunned with Sugs Stunners.
Okay, so Wrestler of the Week. Is it Wrestler of the Week? Jobber of the Week.
Jobber of the Week.
So I'm going to have to say Jobber of the Week is going to be Cesaro.
Oh, no.
Because, I'll say the Real Americans, because Jack Swagger jobbed out to the Great Khali on the main event. So these two have either pissed off somebody or they're just in the wrong spot on the card because they lost to the Primetime Players. They each individually lost a match then, so they are not having a good week. The move of the week. I'd probably say the running powerbomb from Lesnar onto CM Punk. The way he lifted him up from like the Anaconda Vice or the crossface wherever he had him in, and then just ran across the ring. I thought he was like going to throw him out to the ring or powerbomb him into the corner, and he just like destroyed him with a powerbomb. And then I'm gonna have to say Wrestler of the Week, our man Daniel Bryan. You know, he beat John Cena, he beat the unbeatable Superman John Cena, and you know he beat him clean. You know, 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring.
There you go. My man D. Bryan, as always, a favorite on this show. Don't mess with the American Dragon. The American Dragon. God damn it. Okay. Well, now, I'm just going to go a bit off topic before I do In the Words Off. And I'm about to rant. People thought it wasn't going to happen. But, Sugs, just play my motherfucking music. Now, this is for United, yeah? My team, Man United, okay? We're talking about football now. Yes, football. For you Americans, soccer, right? United, you are fucking pissing me off. We have, what, maybe 8 days left until the end of the transfer window? And who the fuck are you signing? You ain't signing no one. Wow, I'm tapping into Sky Sports News and I'm seeing Chelsea in for Willian, a guy that we can deal with, an attacking midfielder that we can deal with. But no, we're not in for him. 30 mil. We have money, but we're pissing it away, doing nothing, sitting on our bloody hands. And then, what else are we seeing? Yeah, we're seeing Chelsea going in for Samuel Eto'o as well. So this team, Anzi, right, their president have said, yeah, we want to get rid of all of our players, all of our best players, because they cost too much money and we're trying to downsize. Hello, raid their fucking team. They're rich. They have some of the best players in the world. Raid their fucking team. But no, we're there putting our hands under our fucking, sitting on our hands, doing shit. Bidding 28 million for Fellaini and Baines. What the fuck are you going to do with that bid? Where are you going with that bid? That bid is going nowhere. No Fabregas, no Thiago, no Baines, no Fellaini, no one. No Lewandowski, no one. No one. And I bet you if PSG came in for a bid for Rooney right now, you would sell his ass. And not sign no one else. Fucking sign someone, you bastards. Okay, that's my rant. That is my rant. One of the best rants in a long time. And now I'm going to go in the words of. Let's just shake this off. Ugh. Right. So in the words of this week is from the Ultimate Warrior. Yes, Ultimate Warrior, Royal Rumble 1991. Just before he faces Sergeant Slaughter for the WWF title. So, before I do my in the words of, I just have to say, Sugs as always, the gal dem sugar, hashtag tech guy, thanks as always for doing the show.
Been a pleasure, been a pleasure.
You the best, bro, you the best.
I'm gonna go out now, get on wavy, get on a jet ski wave.
I'm about to go and kick some ass at pool. But yeah, so as I said in the words of the Ultimate Warrior, here we go. My warriors could never look up to someone like you, Sergeant Slaughter. The only ones that would follow you are the ones that are demented. I walked into this battle as the ultimate champion. I walk away as the ultimate victor. Now, choke on that, slap that.